But it's kind of interesting, isn't it? That curiosity is actually very important. It turns out it's not that difficult to forecast human success. If you put together all the psychological surveys, and there have been a lot of psychological surveys, you get a familiar list. It's important where you're from and your background. Can't change that much, but that's pretty important to how successful you'll be. It's very important how intelligent you are. That is important. You can't do a great deal about that. You can do something about getting coaching. It's important how hard you work. That is a very major factor. People's focus, people's grit and their resilience is important. The fourth one's what I want to draw your attention to today. The psychologists call it need for cognition. We would call it curiosity. It turns out curious people are more successful. And of course, we've always been curious. Every single one of us in this room were toddlers once, believe it or not. Anyone with young children in the room? Okay, so you won't be surprised to... How many questions do you think an average toddler asks in an hour?
Mine's 6 months old, sorry.
6 months old, so not many in your case. It's actually about 100. And which is really, if you get your head around that, 60 minutes, 100 questions. Although my two boys are 13 and 15 now, I actually can believe it. That came some observation of toddlers. It turns out this intrinsic desire to be creative, to close the gap in our knowledge of the world, is what makes us human. And when we're very small, we're very good at it, but we unlearn it. Life is not kind to our curiosity. Schools more often teach us how to pass exams rather than to think. I'm not a great critic of schools. I think they do a fantastic job, but that is part of what they're doing. When we get to work, curiosity. What would it be like if you went into the next CEO meeting and you asked 100 questions in that hour? It wouldn't go down well, would it? It's often seen as an impertinence or actually like a luxury. Curiosity is a luxury. What I'm arguing with you today is our curiosity, we need to switch it back on. Because the great news about creativity too, is it's a human state, not a human trait. In other words, it's a state of being. We can actually think and act our way back into curiosity. We can do that. And I would urge you to do that in response to this amazing world of change, because let's face it, our response to change can be one of fear. So curiosity is going where the fear is.